Batticaloa, the muddy lagoon. For centuries, people of this coastal city in Sri Lanka have claimed to hear singing fish from the lagoon. The mysterious choristers of the night have baffled people for years. Investigations were disrupted by the Civil War and tsunami. For nearly 3 decades, these singing fish were forgotten. With the war over, the region is accessible. But do these singing fish still remain? Batticaloa, a tongue of land in the east coast of Sri Lanka. The district includes 3 lagoons, one of which is the Batticaloa Lagoon, the largest in the region. The lagoon is bordered by colonial structures, mangroves and fishermen. The lagoon itself is the second largest employer in the district, with 10,000 families depending on it via fisheries. It's the monsoon season, but that doesn't stop fishermen from plying their trade. The large brackish lagoon is a breeding ground for a variety of plant life and aquatic organisms. It is in these waters that a peculiar fish is found, one that is known to sing at night and whose identity has eluded people for centuries. While some claim to have heard their music, others say it's a myth. Connecting the 2 landmasses separated by the lagoon is the Kallady Bridge. Built during British colonial rule, it's the oldest and longest iron bridge in Sri Lanka. On the 3rd span of this bridge, they say one can hear the singing fish. Allusions to these mysterious singers are found frequently in the city. Locals say the sound, or music, is best heard during full moon nights when the atmosphere is quiet. But its producers have baffled people for centuries.
It all depends on the listener, I suppose. I have no knowledge in music. So what I can hear, it's a good sound. It's not a disturbing sound. You can hear it, that's all. But a lot of people heard this earlier, were telling this is their music, and they coded the music.
Dr. Arulathi is part of a local organization called the Science Navigators. They have been investigating the phenomenon since 2012. The first known recording of these singing fish was made at the Kallady Bridge in the 1950s. A Jesuit priest dropped a hydrophone from the bridge into the lagoon and recorded the music, which was later telecast on radio. Even though the recordings are lost, its musical notations were written down by a music teacher who claimed that there was a perceptible rhythm or beat.
Jesuit's father was recorded and sent this music to USA to code it in a musical notes, and its notes are there. I actually asked our local music teacher to play this note. There are a mixture of lot of sounds. If we listen one sound, it's coming like a croaking. When we listen together, it creating a very nice sound where we hear these sounds in nature everywhere, even in jungles, even in night trees, lot of animals making, lot of birds making. That kind of sound we hear in the water.
In 2012, the Science Navigators managed to record the actual sound of the singing fish, close to the 3rd span of the Kallady Bridge.
Initially we used only a simple micro recorder, a digital recorder. We wrapped that recorder into the polythene bag and attached to a weight, and we went to the site by boat. That is close to Kallady Bridge now. Earlier it was called as Lady Manning Bridge. And we dropped that bag with a micro cassette recorder and actually digital recorder, and recorded for some time.
This is the raw audio recording. Strangely, the sound, often heard near the Kallady Bridge, is sometimes audible out of water. Throughout the years, locals and visitors would visit the bridge to listen to the music. They would press their ears against its iron pillars to hear the sound better.
Initially, the Jesuits missionaries was interested, and they were listening to that regularly. And likewise, Ramakrishna Mission missionaries, Swami Bifalananda he's a physicist and mathematician. He was interested. He takes their colleagues to the same place and they listen regularly. And a lot of British colonial secretaries were here and they were listened and documented.
Indeed, in the 1840s, British politician Sir Emerson Tennant set out from the historic Dutch fort by the lagoon to hear the singing fish. He claimed he heard not one sustained note, but a multitude of clear and distinct sounds. The local fisherfolk told him that it was made by shells. But there are differing opinions where the sound can be heard. While some say it's heard only at certain parts of the lagoon and near the Kallady Bridge, others say that they have heard the music everywhere. Older fishermen in the area are known to navigate by the sound of the singing fish. For centuries, they used a unique method to listen to the peculiar sound of the lagoon. Fishermen would dip their oar in the water and place the outer extremity to the ear.
The sound from the water has to come to the air. The air is not a good conductor. But oar is a material, It can conduct the sound very quickly. That's the reason the old fisherman knows about this.
Also, the underwater sounds probably echoed off the rocks and concrete abutments upwards towards the bridge, enabling people to hear the sound. Naturalists and enthusiasts were intrigued by the mystery of the lagoon, so much so that Batticaloa came to be known as the land of the singing fish. But a question lingered. Was this phenomenon restricted to this lagoon?
In literature, they say there are places where in California, USA also have some same kind of phenomena. Of course, we all know that ocean is not silent. A lot of fish can make sound. Problem is whether it is the same sound we are hearing in Batticaloa, are we hearing elsewhere.
In the 1950s, the first investigation was launched by pioneer diver Rodney Jonklas. Jonklas also discovered the shipwreck of the HMS Hermes, the world's first aircraft carrier which sunk during World War II off the coast of Batticaloa.
The legendary diver Rodney Jonklas has dived into the same place and he isolated a lot of fish from there. In fact, a lot of fish he isolated can make sounds according to the biologists. So it may not be belongs to a single species, or it must be some few groups or single group. For sure, we have not isolated the person who is making sound so far.
Jonklas, who did his investigation near the Kallady Bridge, also claimed that there was no peculiar species in the area, and the fish fauna was similar to that of other lagoons. If so, why did the creatures sing only in the Batticaloa Lagoon? With a water spread of 40 square miles, finding the mysterious creatures would be challenging. Unless the identity of the singing fish is discovered, it will forever remain a mystery.